Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, retired General Jonnel Estomo denies allegations linking him to the missing sabungeros case and demands a public apology from whistleblower Dondon Patidongan. Fake news, Malacañang dismisses the police report leaked by columnist Bobby Tiglao linking First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos to the death of Rustan's heir, Paolo Tantoco. Heads up motorists, another oil price hike seen next week. And Stranger Things ready for its last dance as the hit Netflix series drops the trailer for its 5th and final season. We begin with a continuing investigation into the case of missing sabungeros as retired Police General Jonnel Estomo pushes back against allegations made by whistleblower Dondon Patidongan. Estomo denies links to the so-called Alpha Group and said he never ordered anyone's murder. Joash Malimban has this report.
Kung nakikinig ka man niya na alias Totoy, sana itigil mo na yung kakagawa ng kwento. Masakit mawala ng mga mahal mo sa buhay. Masakit mabigo sa pag-ibig. Masakit yung ginawa mo kay Jonnel Estomo.
Retired Police Lieutenant General Jonnel Estomo fires back at whistleblower Julie Dondon Patidongan after being implicated in the case of the missing sabungeros. According to Estomo, he has no connection to the police officers charged before the National Police Commission earlier this week.
Una, wala akong kinalaman sa missing sabungero na yan. Dahil, kung maalala ninyo, nangyari yung krimen na yan, kung totoong yung krimen na yan, nangyari yan noong 2021, na kung saan, ako ay Regional Director ng Bicol Region. Tapos, yung mga binanggit din niya mga pangalan, karamihan, ang destino nila ay sa Calabarzon. Kung saan hindi naman po ako naging Regional Director ng Calabarzon. Parang hindi kapanipaniwala yung kanyang mga bintang.
Estomo insists he has no ties to gambling tycoon Atong Ang and denies being part of the so-called Alpha Group. Billionaire News Channel also obtained a certificate from the Pitmaster Foundation stating that Estomo is not involved in any of the organization's business activities. Estomo further denies allegations that he ordered Ang to have Patidongan killed.
Inutusan ko raw si Atong Ang na patayin na alias Totoy para matapos na yung problema. Hindi po yan totoo. Unang-una, isang beses ko lang yan na-meet si Atong Ang. Wala ako sa kanyang koneksyon, hindi kami close.
Patidongan clarifies that he did not personally hear the statements from Estomo, claiming instead that they came from threats made by Ang after he began doubting his former boss.
Ako, nagsabi lang ako ng sorry dahil hindi ko naman talaga narinig sa kanya. Ang problema, galing sa bibig ni Mr. Atongang yan. Na sinabi sa akin, pinapapatay ka na nga ni General Estomo sa akin eh. Siyempre ako, nag-iisip na ako ng hindi maganda dyan kay Mr. Atongang. Tapos bigla na lang siyang magsasabi sa akin, alam mo, huwag ka mag-isip ng ganyan dahil hindi ko gagawin sa iyo yan. Itinuring kitang anak. Kita mo, si General Estomo, pinipilit akong iligpit ka na kasi para mawala na ang problema ko. Hindi ko ginawa yan.
Despite this, Patidongan maintains that he does not believe Estomo is entirely unconnected to some Alpha Group members.
Naglumutang na pangalan dyan, si Lieto Guerra at saka si Bernie Tacoy, pero tatlo sila. Sa madaling salita, nakalubog lang siya. Wala talaga siyang record doon sa Pitmaster. Pero kung gano'n ang sinasabi niya na parang ako ang nagsisinungaling na hindi siya kasali, hahamonin ko silang tatlo. Si Lieto Guerra, Bernie Tacoy, at saka si General Estomo. Magpalay detector kami kung sino sa amin talagang nagsisinungaling.
Patidongan insists that he would not make such claims without basis. Estomo, on the other hand, says his camp is now studying possible legal actions against Patidongan once an official affidavit is submitted. Joash Malimban, Billionaire News Channel.
The Justice Department confirms human bones were recovered from Taal Lake, where dozens of kidnapped sabungeros were allegedly dumped. It now points to what may be evidence of a mass dumping ground tied to past abductions of more than 100 individuals. Joash Malimban returns with the story.
Justice Secretary Boying Remulla confirmed that human remains were recovered during search and retrieval operations in Taal Lake on July 17. According to Remulla, 4 sacks were retrieved from a specific location in the lake, a site identified by sources including whistleblower Julie Dondon Patidongan. 2 of the sacks contained human remains, specifically rib bones, while the other 2 were filled with sand believed to have been used as weights.
May nahanap sa Taal Lake na human remains in the area pointed to us by our sources that were also identified by Totoy, by alias Totoy. So may nahanap na tayo human remains ulit, this time in the specific area, in the quadrant, kasi ano yan dinivide by quadrant yan yung area. In the specific quadrant, pointed out to us as a site where people were being disposed of.
One of the guides, reportedly a member of a group of boatmen involved in the disposal of bodies, allegedly led authorities to the exact spot where the sacks were found. Meanwhile, the 3 human remains exhumed a day earlier in Laurel, Batangas are now undergoing DNA cross-matching and forensic examination. According to the Justice Secretary, the skeletal remains may be linked to earlier reports of missing individuals who were allegedly dumped in the lake back in 2020. One of the victims is believed to be a pregnant woman who was reportedly abducted in Lipa City. Authorities found women's underwear at the site, which may help in identifying her. Another body was partially identified based on a basketball uniform, which matched the description provided by a witness. Remulla said the 3 skeletal remains were buried back in 2020 by police officers after they went unclaimed. Investigators are now looking into whether these cases are part of a larger pool of more than 100 individuals who were allegedly abducted and dumped in Taal Lake, as claimed by Patidongan. Authorities are also exploring a possible connection to drug war killings, as there are indications that rogue law enforcers may have been involved in executing the victims. Joash Malimban, Billionaire News Channel.
Malacañang tags columnist and former presidential spokesperson Rigoberto Bobby Tiglao as the fake news peddler who tied First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos to the death of Rustan's heir Paolo Tantoco. The palace says the police report posted by Tiglao is doctored. The supposed report names the First Lady as one of Tantoco's companions summoned for questioning by police in Los Angeles.
With reference to Mr. Tiglao's post on the screenshot of a purported report surrounding the circumstances of the death of Mr. Paolo Tantoco in Los Angeles, the Philippine Consulate in Los Angeles had verified with the Beverly Hills Police Department on the veracity of the alleged report and found that the police report posted by Mr. Tiglao was altered.
Tiglao maintains that Mrs. Marcos's whereabouts during Tantoco's death should still be investigated. He said he will write a column in response to Malacañang's statements. The Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center is also keeping an eye on illegal online payment gateways. These are sites that offer online financial services like e-wallets but are not licensed or regulated by the Bangko Sentral, such as WizPay and MyPay Incorporated. The CICC says these sites often target the poor and the desperate. They add illegal online gambling operations, use these sites specifically because money going through them is difficult to trace without BSP regulation. The southwest monsoon enhanced by Typhoon Krising causing rains and class suspensions across the metro. Paolo Barcelon is on the scene for us from the DSWD Operations Center in Pasay City for the latest. Hi, Paolo. Where is Crising now, and what can we expect in the next few hours?
My tropical storm Crising has slightly intensified while moving towards the west-northwest portion of mainland Cagayan and the Babuyan Islands. According to Pagasa's 11 a.m. bulletin, the center of tropical storm Crising is at 195 kilometers east of Tuguegarao City in Cagayan. Crising carries maximum sustained winds of 75 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 90 kilometers per hour. Now, signal number 2 is up in some areas in northern Luzon, including Batanes, Cagayan, including the Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Apayao, Kalinga, the northern central portions of Abra, eastern portion of Ifugao, Ilocos Norte, and the northern portion of Ilocos Sur. Signal number 1, meanwhile, is up in Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the rest of Mountain Province, the rest of Ifugao, the rest of Abra, Benguet, the rest of Ilocos Sur, La Union, the northern portion of Pangasinan, the northern portion of Aurora, and the northern portion or northeastern portion of Nueva Ecija. There is a minimal to moderate risk of life-threatening storm surge with peak heights reaching 1 to 2 meters within the next 24 hours over the low-lying or exposed coastal localities of Batanes, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur. A gale warning is also hoisted over the northern seaboard of northern Luzon. Earlier this morning, President Bongbong Marcos was scheduled to inspect the Balagtas section of the north-south commuter railway, but this visit was canceled due to bad weather, and the president instead headed to the DSWD office here in Pasay City. Now, classes were suspended today in almost the entire part of the metro, except for the city of Manila, which said classes will continue in the area. The Office of Civil Defense has earlier been placed on red alert since yesterday, and the DSWD has already prepared over 3 million food packs that are pre-positioned across potential disaster areas. We are just waiting on the schedule, but the President is expected to receive a situation briefing on Tropical Storm Crising anytime today. Back to you, Mai.
So, Paolo, how fast is Crising moving, and where is it expected to move over the weekend? What's the weather going to be like?
Well, based on Pagasa's 11 a.m. bulletin, Crising is moving at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. He is expected to move generally northwestward within the next 12 hours. Now, on the forecast track, a landfall scenario is possible over mainland Cagayan or Babuyan Islands sometime this afternoon or later this evening. That is possible according to Pagasa's 11 a.m. bulletin. Afterwards, it will move west-northwestward, traversing over extreme northern Luzon until it exits the Philippine area of responsibility by tomorrow afternoon. But that doesn't mean, that we are expecting good weather anytime soon, as it is still expected that the southwest monsoon will bring some more rains to different parts of the country, and Crising will continue to intensify until it reaches the severe tropical storm category either by tomorrow morning or afternoon. Back to you, Mai.
Right. Apart from this storm, we're still dealing with the effects of the habagat. Thank you, Paolo, for keeping tabs on this. Paolo Barcelon reporting live from Pasay City. Tragedy in the UK. A child was killed after a school bus crashed on a road in Somerset. Several others were hurt, including 2 other children who suffered serious injuries. Police say the bus had 60 to 70 passengers heading to Minehead Middle School at the time of the crash.
The coach was carrying a number of adults and children to Minehead Middle School when it overturned. An investigation into the cause of this incident will be carried out, and we please ask any witnesses to please call 101. We would please ask people to avoid speculation around the circumstances at this time, out of respect for the families, staff and the driver, who will all be deeply affected by this collision, as it is only likely to add to their distress.
Bad news for Colbert fans. The curtain is closing on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. CBS says the show ends in May next year and will not be replaced. The network adds it was a financial decision and was not related to the show's performance or content. Colbert, a known Trump critic, told his audience on Thursday about the show's cancellation. Democratic Senator Adam Schiff was among the guests that night. He says the public deserves to know if the Late Show was axed for political reasons. Motorists better gas up now as oil prices are expected to increase again next week. Based on a 4-day trading, the cost of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene may rise by 50 centavos per liter. The expected hike were driven by strong fuel demand and impacts from new U.S. tariffs. Coming up in sports, 9-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard is going back to where it all began, in Portland. That story and more when Newsfeed at Noon returns. ERC chairperson Liza held a press briefing this morning. She says electricity rates can still go down if the sector plays by the rules. Joan Manalo is joining us on the line for the details. Joan, go ahead.
Mai, the Energy Regulatory Commission says there is still room to lower electricity rates in the country. According to ERC chairperson Liza, the easiest way to do this is by pursuing a fuel cost audit. In a press conference this morning, Dimalanta explained that conducting a fuel cost audit will help ensure that distribution utilities and electric cooperatives are charging consumers the correct rates. During her term, the ERC directed all distribution utilities and electric cooperatives to submit their audit reports. It was later revealed that some failed to verify or request fuel invoices from their suppliers before passing on fuel charges to consumers. Because of this, Dimalanta said show cause orders have been issued to those that did not comply, emphasizing that no utility should be imposing charges without a proper basis. She also stressed that electricity rates can still go down as long as stakeholders in the energy sector are disciplined enough to follow regulations and fulfill their respective mandates. Dimalanta will serve as ERC chair until August 8th, following her resignation tendered on July 14. Malakanyang has announced that she will be replaced by lawyer Francisco Saturnino I. Despite the leadership change, Dimalanta assured the public that the ERC will remain a functioning and active commission. She said a smooth transition is underway for the incoming chairperson and commissioners. She also believes that Malakanyang has conducted a thorough vetting process for the new ERC leadership and added that it is only fair to give them space to prove themselves. Dimalanta likewise expressed hope that under the new leadership, the ERC will continue its work to lower generation rates across various regions in the country. Mai.
Thank you for that report, Joan Manalo. Dame time goes full circle as Damian Lillard is headed back to Portland. Sources say the 9-time All-Star signed a 3-year, $42 million contract with the Portland Trail Blazers, sparked by hints on his Instagram. Lillard turned 35 on July 15. He ranked 10th in league scoring and assists with Milwaukee last season. But injury and a blood clot shortened his playoff run. The Bucks waived him earlier this month. His return deal with Portland allegedly includes a no-trade clause and a 2027 player option. Boxing Hall of Famer Manny Pacquiao is looking to change the fight game once again as he makes his much-awaited return to the ring. The sport's only 8th division world champion takes on a much younger and hungrier opponent, WBC welterweight king Mario Barrios. As America correspondent Steve Angeles reports, the Pac-Man isn't just fighting, he's also passing the torch to a new generation of Filipino stars.
After 4 years, Manny Pacquiao fever is back in Las Vegas. In 4 days, the 46-year-old Pacquiao will be back in the ring chasing history. The Pac-Man faced off with WBC welterweight champion Mexican-American Mario Barrios for the pre-fight press conference on Wednesday afternoon in Las Vegas.
I always leave it to God what's his plan for my life, because what I'm doing right now, I want to help people, I want to inspire people and make a legacy that can we leave behind that legacy that can inspire other generations.
For the Pac-Man, the fight does shed a light on the next generation, giving Filipino fighters like 2020 Olympic bronze medalist Yumir Marshall and former featherweight champion Mark Magsayo a chance to shine on the undercard.
It's good for them, it's good for the Filipino boxers to have the opportunity to show their talents in the world, not only in United States but all over the world. So that's good opportunity for the Filipino boxers.
Barrios holds a 29-win, 2-loss, and 1-draw record. He believes he is ready to take on the Hall of Famer, whose career began the same year Barrios was born. No matter what happens this weekend and beyond, the boxing world is standing unified, enjoying and savoring the return of Manny Pacquiao, one of the sport's all-time greats. Pacquiao's return to the ring has also sparked the possibility of a rematch for the 2017 mega fight with Floyd Mayweather.
I don't have that in my mind right now, because my focus on Saturday. I always say one at a time. Let's talk about it after the fight, and let me focus this coming fight, because this is not an easy opponent. He's a champion. He's taller than me, so I have to be ready 100% mentally, 100% physically, and 100% of course, the way I pray.
As for Barrios, he made sure to greet Filipino fans during Wednesday events. He told Billionario News Channel of his plans for the Philippines.
I've met a lot of Filipino fans. Every interaction I've had, they've been very high energy, but very, very respectful. And I plan on taking a trip to the Philippines after this fight.
Though Manny Pacquiao's senatorial bid in the recent Philippine midterm elections was a knockout, he says he's trying all his best to win this match for a victorious boxing comeback. Steve Angeles, Billionario News Channel, Las Vegas.
What happens when you try your best but you don't succeed in hiding an alleged affair? Here's an awkward moment at a recent Coldplay concert in the U.S. A kiss cam showed a mortified couple who turned out to be colleagues. TikTok users were quick to identify the man in the video as a CEO of a software company and the woman as his HR director. The tech CEO is said to be married with 2 kids. The TikTok video now has over 3.7 million likes.
Yeah. Oh, look at these 2. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure.
Oh boy. Now get ready for the epic series finale of Stranger Things. Netflix has dropped the teaser for the 5th and final season of the science fiction horror series. It shows the gang back together again as they prepare to battle Vecna and Demogorgons for the last time. Joining the cast as a newcomer is Linda Hamilton, best known for her work in the Terminator movies. Stranger Things Season 5 will be released in 3 parts, with the first volume premiering on November 27, the second on December 26, and the finale on January 1st. And before we go, almost 30 years after his passing, the world will get to know Jeff Buckley all over again. The musician whose hauntingly beautiful Hallelujah continues to be a favorite to this day is the center of a new biopic called It's Never Over. The film delves deep into Buckley's life, cut short after he drowned in 1997, as seen through the eyes of those closest to him. The documentary premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January and will hit cinemas in August and on HBO Max later this year. Here's a peek.
He said, I have to tell you something about.
Where would you like to see yourself in 10 years?
I've been wrong, been completely ugly. I've been beautiful. I've been totally in love. I've been hideous, but I've never been dead.
It's really one of the legends. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay with the Billionaire News channel. Stay safe and dry, and happy weekend.